second round of the 2018 NCAA Division III men's basketball tournament hosted by Cabrini University. Tonight's game features Springfield College Pride and Cabrini University Cavaliers. At this time, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with playing the national anthem. Springfield and Senior Number
We're just about ready to tip things off here at Cabrini University. It's Springfield taking on Cabrini in the second round NCAA matchup. This is Matt Rhea bringing you the live broadcast. And the host, Cabrini Cavaliers, coming off of a big win here at home against Staten Island. Leading the way for Cabrini, Tyheem Monroe, first 2,000-point scorer in school history, and a walking double-double here set to tip things off. And Cabrini winning the tip. And also pacing Cabrini, Daryl Bagwell with 15 and 15 last night. Keith Blassingale, 11 points. Trey Smith, 11 points as well. Here's Monroe getting it going early for the Cavaliers. And for Springfield, their big-time go-to player, Jake Ross, a sophomore, 24 points a game, as he just had it right there. And Springfield had a close call last night as well, beating Albright by 2. And knocking it down is number 25, Andy McNulty, for Springfield to get things going. Monroe again going to work. Nice kick out and hoisting the tray and knocking it down. That's Trey Smith. Cabrini in a 2-3 zone. An open tray and knocking it down. Number 21, Cam Earl. And it's a quick 6-5 lead. Springfield on top. A lot of scoring here early. Blassingale on the drive. Couldn't get the floater. And here comes Springfield the other way. Ross leading the way. Cabrini still in that zone, and Springfield looking to shoot them out of it. There's Ross for 3, and he hits! Top of the key tray for Jake Ross. And it's 9-5 Springfield. And the Pride are loving it on the road. Monroe gonna hoist a 3. That's off the mark. Ross clearing for Springfield. Earl thought about it. And now here's McNulty setting things up. McNulty off the screen. Nice kick out, Earl for 3. And he hits again. That's 4 threes for the Pride. It's 12-5 early on in this one. Monroe with it. Has led the nation in rebounding as Bagwell knocks down the long 2 to cut the lead to 5. But Springfield explosive early, just 3 minutes into this one. Both teams known for their scoring. Cabrini averaging 89 points a game. And Springfield just under 76. McNulty dribbling in long 2. That's off the mark, and a couple of tips from Post fighting inside the sophomore, but he couldn't get it to go. Now here's Bagwell. Nice crossover in the lane, gets it to go. An offensive showcase for both of these squads. As here's Ross, averages close to 25 a game. Post, nice feed inside to Ross. Ross got fouled. Jake Ross is a 73% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Ross gets it to go, 14-9. Springfield leads it. Springfield in the garnet. And Cabrini in the home whites. Bagwell, nice move, step back, corner, got it. Elbow J is good for Bagwell, and he's fired up, cutting this lead to 3. Cabrini energized on defense in this zone. Ross, nice skip pass. It's Earl for 3, and Monroe clears it. Shows why he's such a tremendous rebounder. Bagwell going to work, long 2. Got it. Darryl Bagwell gets Cabrini and their deficit down to 1. And just 5 minutes into this one, it's 14-13. So we're in for some offensive firepower. Ross at the elbow, got Monroe up in the air, contorts, almost got it to go, but was fouled. We'll have our first media timeout for the under 16 mark. And with 14:52 to go, Springfield leads it by 1. Springfield is making its 9th NCAA tournament appearance, first since 2015. That year they suffered a 68-58 loss to Albertus Mangus. And the Pride are 3-8 all time in the NCAA tournament, 4-8 now after their win last night. And the Pride got an at-large. I believe MIT won the NEWMAC Conference tournament. And Jake Ross was the NEWMAC Player of the Year and Co-Defensive Player of the Year. So he's really the engine for this team. And for Cabrini, some big news for Cabrini, entering a brand new conference starting next year, as Ross rattles the first one home. Ross, 2 for 2. And it's a 3-point lead for the visitors. Bagwell, nice skip pass. Smith gave it up to Blassingale. Blassingale, nice drive. Couldn't get it to go high off the glass. Bagwell fighting for it, but coming up with it was McNulty. There's a 3, top of the key, and knocking it down was McNulty. Extending to the lead to 16, and we'll see how long Cabrini can stay in that zone. Springfield really shooting the ball well. Bagwell on the drive, nice kick. Couldn't answer for Cabrini. That's Trey Witter. Sorry, that's number 30 for the Cavaliers, DJ Smith. Springfield keeps their rotation pretty short, play about 8 guys, and that was Post getting it stripped and a foul. Going the other way, they'll get Heath Post, the Cheshire, Connecticut native, on the foul. Was fighting for the loose ball. Springfield utilizing the man-to-man. Here's Monroe. Working against Eccles, nice drive. Gets fouled. Couldn't quite finish the play. Monroe 64%. And that one just off the mark. Monroe splits a pair at the line. 13:09 to play. And Springfield leads it by 5. Both teams looking for a Sweet 16 berth as Blassingale jumped in front of that one, but it's off of the Cavaliers. Springfield will retain possession with 24 on the shot clock. McNulty off the screen. Here's Ross with 8. Great defense by the Cavs. A save. Earl long 2. Almost saved that possession, but a great defensive possession for the Cavaliers. And Bagwell will drive. Took a couple of steps high off the glass. Gets his own rebound, spinning. Puts it up again. Couldn't get it to go. And Bagwell with a very persistent possession there. Couldn't get it to fall. And Springfield remains up by 5. Long 2 again. Off the iron. And Springfield will salvage another possession after the Eccles long 2 didn't go. And we're now under 12. Next whistle will be a media timeout. It's a turnover. Blassingale going the other way into the body and couldn't quite finish it. But we'll have 2 shots at the line after this quick timeout. That was on Ben Diamond, the senior out of New York. New York City, went to Eleanor Roosevelt High School. And it's 11:40 to go. Springfield up by 5. And again, both teams were in some very tight games last night. Both won their games by the exact same score, 88-86. And even though Staten Island did not advance, can't say enough about Christian Taylor. Had 38 points, played all 40 minutes, and was 14 of 20 from the field in a losing effort against Cabrini. And Albright really came back in the second half. Springfield and Albright started off a little bit slow, but in the second half, Albright scored 60 points versus Springfield's 53, but Springfield still able to hang on. Blassingale at the line for 2, where he's a 78% free throw shooter. Knocking down the first is Blassingale, and just watching his performance last night brings so much energy to this team. Offensively and defensively, first as a playmaker, and then you saw earlier getting into the passing lanes and disrupting defensively. And now into the ball game for Cabrini is Mike Doyle, a junior guard who's looking to make an impact at the top of this zone. Cabrini still in the 2-3, another deflection, and that's where Cabrini has been so good and causing a turnover there. Skipping out of bounds, and the ball goes to the Cavaliers. Monroe in the post, gets doubled, was looking for Wright Downing, who just checked in, and turns it over. There's a three. McNulty couldn't get it to go in transition. I believe that's going to be over the back on Heath Post. .10:57 to go. Cabrini trailing by 3. And Post will head to the bench. That's his second. Something to keep an eye on. Nice drive into the lane, and it's a blocking foul. Brett Foster will go to the line for Cabrini, and set to check back in is Trey Smith. Too strong on the first is Brett Foster. And Foster splits a pair to bring the Cavaliers within 2. So what was a very hot offensive start for both of these teams has slowed down as we come up on the midway point of this first half. In the lane with the left hand, and finishing is Brandon Eccles. Nice drive by Foster, but couldn't finish, and a quick foul. As Foster committed the harm after missing that shot in transition. And Cabrini really extends this zone. They want their guards to get out in the passing lanes and be aggressive. And it's rare you see that with a 2-3 zone, but they're so athletic. And you have Monroe in the middle. McNulty lost it, got it back. Thought about the 3, got it tipped away. A great defensive play by Mike Doyle, and Cabrini's on the move. Right, Downing with the left hand. The scoop layup is good. And Cabrini is down by 2. As this crowd is getting into it. Hoisting a 3 is Ross, and knocking it down. Jake Ross showing why he's so lethal. Averages 24 a game. Dribble pull up for Monroe, too strong, and Ross comes down with the board. Spotting up for 3 in transition, and knocking it down is Trey Witter. And it's a timeout for Cabrini. 9:08 to go in this first half. And what an impressive stretch there. Cabrini really had started to cut into the lead, and 2 straight 3s. From a team that shoots about 36% and 46% overall. So Cabrini comes back out, looking to cut back into the lead. And it's going to start with that man, number 5, Tyheem Monroe. Here's Monroe, getting his number called, got it swiped from behind. Kicked out to Smith for 3. Off the front iron, Trey Smith, the freshman, went to Wildwood Catholic, South Jersey. Eccles, nice feed to McNulty, and he knocks it down. A double-digit advantage for the Springfield Pride. And Cabrini really needs to respond as they've had no answers. Smith thought about it. Got it to Foster in the lane. Gets it to go to stop the bleeding. And then almost got the steal on the inbound, but commits the foul. I believe that'll be Foster's second. That is his second. Springfield with 5 team fouls, Cabrini with 4. Eccles thought about it, a little outside the elbow, and hits. That's Brandon Eccles, the senior, a Rhode Island native. Smith gets it back to Monroe. Working against Eccles. Nice move inside, but too short on the attempt, and Springfield has done a nice job limiting Monroe so far. Ross dribbles out of trouble. Again, Eccles at the elbow. This time turning it over, and here comes Blassingale on the run in transition right over the top of Trey Witter. It's a 9-point Springfield lead with 7:12 to go. And kicking it out to a wide open Ross. Can't allow that if you're Cabrini, as Ross has as smooth of a jumper as you'll see. Cabrini keeps possession, trailing by 12. So it's going to be up to Coach McDonald to try to right the ship here. 6:51 to go. And every time Monroe gets a touch, there seems to be help right there. Unable to get to his spot. And for Springfield, between McNulty, Ross, Witter, and a host of other Springfield perimeter players, they have just been carving up this zone from downtown. Again, a Sweet 16 berth on the line. And just to follow up on that, the fact that Cabrini will be joining a new conference, that is the Atlantic East Conference, starting this fall. It's Marywood, Cabrini, Gwinnett Mercy, Immaculata, Newman, and Marymount and Wesley College of Delaware. So a very interesting piece of news. And exciting times for Cabrini. Had been in the works for a little while there. Blassingale step back and off the side of the rim. So Cabrini can't cut into this lead. And Springfield in full control of this one. Ross getting pressured, picks up his dribble, gets it into Eccles, who ran over, I believe that was Bagwell. Bagwell was inside the semicircle, so that's going to be a blocking foul, sending Eccles to the line. Eccles no good on the first. Eccles 55% on the earned splits. Cabrini trails it by 13. Bagwell, athletic move. Got affected, but got the roll. A nice bucket in the lane, and now the Cabrini pressure will extend full court, floating it up, a dangerous pass. Ross gets it over the timeline with a couple of seconds to spare. And Cabrini will turn up the pressure. Ross working against Monroe. Monroe in a defensive stance. Monroe making it tough. Monroe, they get it to Post, who just beat the shot clock and was fouled on the jumper. That's Anthony Wright Downing on the defense, who will be tagged with a personal foul. So right at the end of the clock, Post seems to be shaken up a little bit in there with his 2 fouls. Post off the back iron. Post 79% on the year. Second leading scorer at about 12.5 points a game. And he misses both there, usually about close to 80. And doesn't get either one on that trip. Bagwell, nice crossover, sticks it. Daryl Bagwell makes this a single-digit contest, and that's a dangerous pass. They were looking for Ben Diamond. Monroe was right there. And a break for Cabrini. 5:21 to go. And they will look to cut into this lead going into halftime. Wright Downing at the elbow. Driving in. Nice move! Off the window. A little bit of English for the Cavaliers. And it's a 7-point deficit. Here comes Springfield out and running. McNulty thought about it. Dribble handoff. And now Springfield will set things up. Coach McDonald loving it. His 4th year at the helm. Here's Ross. A couple of dribble moves. Got it inside. And it's another turnover. The Cavaliers were out and running, but they get it back to Bagwell. Looking for Wright Downing, but airmailed it. Was Bagwell in transition. The Philly native Daryl Bagwell has really been a spark for this Cabrini club. 11 points a game for Bagwell. And Blassingale averages 17 a game. In the lane, little jumper, in and out for Earl. That's Cam Earl. And Cabrini remains down 7. Post got a hand in the passing lane, but tipped it out of bounds. Cabrini will retain possession. Here's Bagwell working against Ross. Dribble handoff. Wright Downing dribbled it off the foot of a Springfield defender, and here comes McNulty, a little floater. No good, and Bagwell is fouled by Ben Diamond. After the crossover hit Diamond's foot, it ends up in a foul. Both teams with 6 team fouls, so neither have a foul to give. And both will be shooting the rest of the way. 3:59 to go. This is the final media timeout of the first half. And Cabrini really coming back. And this is a huge stretch coming up, seeing if they can get it within a couple of possessions. Going into halftime, they were down as double digits earlier and really turned up the defensive intensity, and they were able to put a dent in this lead. Springfield had been shooting so well from the outside and really making it tough for Cabrini to stay in a zone, so their answer to that was to extend the zone, which has really disrupted the rhythm and timing for Springfield. Cabrini just outside of Philadelphia. And a lot of Philly natives on this Cavaliers ball club. As Cabrini will set things up, Monroe. Turnaround Jay, couldn't get it. Bagwell on the offensive glass. And it's tipped out of bounds. And we'll go to Springfield, last touched by Bagwell, who was hustling. And that time Bagwell reaches in. It's going to be Ross shooting 1-1. Daryl Bagwell. His second. So Ross will go to the line for 1-1. Ross hits on the first. And can't get the second one to go. Right, Downing. Nice defensive rebound. And here comes the freshman Trey Smith. Nice move inside and a little floater. No good for Mike Doyle. Short-armed it a little bit, but a nice drive. Just couldn't get it to go. And a missed opportunity for Cabrini. Ross getting double-teamed. Nice skip pass and open. McNulty connects. Putting Springfield up by 11 with 3 minutes to play in this first half. Monroe spinning kick out. Blassingale back to Monroe. Little two-man game. Monroe will pull it for three off the front rim, and Eccles gets the rebound for Springfield, who will slow it down. Eccles, top of the key. Earl thought about it. And now McNulty will work with Eccles. Got it to Ross in the post, working against Doyle. Getting a double. Ross dribbles through it off the glass. Jake Ross got by 2 Cavaliers and extends this lead to 13. Trey Smith, a deep three, hits it. Trey Smith, again the South Jersey native, hitting the deep tray. And it's a 10-point game with 1:50 to play. McNulty. Got it out, deflected, little jumper by Earl, misses everything, and here comes Trey Smith. Blassingale, nice crossover, thought about it. Another crossover with the little jelly, but couldn't get it to go. Blassingale, what a nice move. McNulty working against Monroe. Monroe got a hand in there. Almost a turnover. Doyle hits the floor, and it's a turnover. Monroe will pull up a little bit, under a minute to play here in this first half. Monroe working against Downing, getting doubled. Blassingale got it to Doyle. Nice drive in the lane and just hit it off of the knees of Eccles. Cabrini basketball, 45 seconds to go. And it'll be a quick timeout. I believe Springfield called that one. But 45 seconds to go. Springfield up by 10. And it was a timeout for Springfield And the story has been Springfield really able to hold Cabrini. Again, like I said, Cabrini close to 89 points a game on the year as a team. And Springfield has them on a 64-point pace. And it'll be interesting to see what halftime adjustments come about for this second round NCAA tournament matchup, hosted by the Cabrini Cavaliers. Right, Downing in the lane, got fouled going up, and he will go to the line. Diamond raising his hand. And they got Eccles instead. That's his second. Right, Downing. Hits on the first, 68% on the year. And averages about 14.5 points a game. Both of these teams are so fun to watch. What a treat for this to be the second round matchup. And this whole pod has been very explosive as Wright Downing misses the second, so the lead will stay at 9. 12-second difference shot in game clock. Earl thought about it. Cabrini's bench wanted a walk. 12 on the shot clock. McNulty working against Smith, stumbling and falling. Got it to Earl, pulling up and gets it to go. Dribble, pull up to get it back to double digits. And Cabrini has 10 seconds. On the drive, Foster high off the window. The ref raising his arms. And here's McNulty, the heave. Off the corner of the backboard. So Cabrini gets it to single digits. And they walk off the court disappointed with that first half performance. And we'll have the second half for you in about 15 minutes as both teams head to the locker room. And we have ourselves a good one, so we'll see you in the second half. We're just about ready to get the second half started. And it's Springfield leading by 9. We'll see what Cabrini decides to do. They've been running a 2-3 zone. And really the big adjustment that they've made is they've extended their pressure, which had briefly given Springfield some trouble, but still resulted in some open threes. And Springfield has been shooting the lights out. Now Cabrini in a man-to-man, so that's the big adjustment, as a little deflection stays with Springfield. McNulty, nice kick out. Eccles for 3, and the big lefty hits it. Brandon Eccles from downtown. A big man that can stretch the floor. In the lane, it's Monroe not able to hit. And it's up to 12 for Springfield. A cutting Ross. Got it out to Eccles again, and he hits it again. Brandon Eccles, 2 straight threes to start off the second half, and Springfield leads it by 15. Brandon Eccles, 15 of 61 coming in from beyond the arc. It's 2 in a row. And Cabrini finds itself down 15. Monroe and Blassingale, nice drive. Blassingale gets it to go. Great penetration by Keith Blassingale, just a sophomore, a Philly native. And he's going to be such a go-to guy for this Cavaliers squad the next 2 years, but doesn't want this year to end, cutting the Springfield lead to 13. And it's going to start on the defensive end for Cabrini. McNulty against Monroe. Kick out. Earl for 3. And off the iron a couple of times, but Post comes in for the tip-in. Heath Post, the sophomore big, gets it back to 15. Bagwell, kick out. Trey Smith along 3. Couldn't get it to go, but Monroe crashing the glass. Too strong off the window. And then Post is fouled. So Cabrini, very aggressive after that miss. And now they will pressure full court. Little diamond press, got it to Post. On the run is Earl. Cabrini was looking for the trap, but now Ross will work against Bagwell. Ross pulling up and knocks it down. Opening up an 18-point lead for the Pride. And Cabrini is reeling. Bagwell splits the double. Nice drive off the window, and getting a quick timeout is Coach McDonald. Down by 16, 17, 11 to play in this ball game, and Springfield has really opened things up here on the campus of Cabrini, just outside of Philadelphia. Cabrini, 25-3 on the year. Springfield 19-8. Again, Springfield an at-large. And for Cabrini, they've won. They're on a huge winning streak. 10 in a row, 11 in a row. here at Nerney Fieldhouse. And Cabrini lost in the first round to Lycoming a year ago. Have been to 12 NCAA tournaments. And Cabrini pressing full court again. Ross was getting doubled. They get out of it. McNulty working the sideline and bumped out of bounds by Monroe. Tyheem Monroe. And Cabrini will keep the pressure on. Ross gets it to Earl. Earl for three, top of the key, too short. And Diamond tried to get the offensive rebound, but Cabrini's out running. A cutting Smith ran over, I believe that was McNulty, but was looking for the pass. I believe that'll be a foul on the floor. And it is on the floor, both teams with 2 team fouls. That's the second on McNulty. Springfield in a man-to-man as well. Bagwell, nice crossover, spinning, fadeaway jumper. Couldn't get it to go, and the foul is called on Heath Post. Monroe was fighting for position. Springfield didn't like that call. That's Post's third, and Eccles will check back in. Monroe, step back, fade away, gets it to go. Working out of the post, a little Dirk fade away. And the lead is now 14. We'll see if Cabrini can go on a little bit of a run here. Monroe pressuring Ross. Ross lost it. A roar from the crowd. 13 on the clock for McNulty. Guarded by Bagwell. Little pick. Got it out to Ross. Against Monroe with 4. With the left. Scooped it up and gets fouled. Monroe didn't like the call. But Ross drawing the contact and will go to the line for 2. Coach McDonald didn't like that call. And with 15:52 to go, we have our first media timeout of the second half. Cabrini trailing by 14 on their home court. Sweet 16 berth on the line. But my goodness, Springfield really shot the lights out in the first half, and they've been effective in the second half. 2 Brandon Eccles 3-pointers, which again has not shot a great percentage. Worse than 25% coming into this ball game, and now checking in is Devin Johnson. I'm sorry, Kevin Durkin just checked in at the scorer's table for Springfield. And Durkin is 6'8", a Massachusetts native. Ross splashes home the first. He's 73% on the year. And Jake Ross rattles in the second to get the lead back to 16. Now Springfield in a zone. Blassingale got it to Bagwell. Blassingale, long three off the front iron, and Monroe fouling, going for the board. Tyheem Monroe with averages of about 22 to go with 15 boards on the year. A walking double-double. Tyheem Monroe couldn't stop the dunk from Durkin. Kevin Durkin off the press break. And the big fella getting a dunk as a reward. Monroe got the friendly roll. The hometown rims working in Monroe's favor. Here comes McNulty on the move. Diamond was all by himself, but Springfield opts to set things up. Durkin looking for a guard, gets it to Ross. Ross, nice crossover, almost got stripped. Now definitely got stripped. And it's a jump ball. Fighting in was Wright Downing. And possession will go to the Cavaliers. Cabrini trailing by 16, 14:41 to go. Checking back in is Mike Doyle. And Monroe will take a three, and he's off the mark. And Cabrini just can't seem to cut into this lead. And it's an offensive foul on McNulty. That's his third. Checking back in is Trey Witter. Doyle in the lane. Got it to Blassingale. A nice drive into the body. Gets it to go. The hoop plus the harm for Blassingale. And what a finish. Able to take the contact and get the hoop. Blassingale will go to the line for one more. And he gets it to cut this lead to 13. Maybe that's the spark that Cabrini needed. And breaking the press again. Witter almost walked Cabrini, and this crowd wanted it, but no call. Ross fighting off Foster into Durkin, working against Monroe. A little hook is good. The little runner in the lane from the big fella. And here comes Foster into the body of Durkin. So both offenses really starting to feel comfortable in this second half. Again, Springfield easily breaking the press. Earl, too short. Wright Downing with the emphatic rebound. And here comes Monroe. Kick out. Blassingale couldn't get it to go. And Doyle hits the floor. But that one would have brought it to a 10-point lead. It would have brought this crowd to its feet. Earl gets another try. Same result. And Witter gets the offensive rebound. So Ross with 20 on the shot clock, just under 13 minutes to play in this ball game. Durkin was looking and got it to Ross. Ross stepped on the sideline, and it's a Springfield turnover. We'll see if Cabrini can put something together Springfield has been fending them off since the first half. Every time Cabrini makes a run, Springfield hits a few threes. Doyle thought about it and lost it in the lane. Here comes Ross the other way, coast to coast, and lost it out of bounds. Will be off of Cabrini. Jake Ross taking it all the way. Couldn't finish the play, but Springfield retains possession. They get it to Ross. Little alley-oop play, and he's just off the mark. Nice move in the backcourt. Foster, a little scoop, and it's a charge on Cabrini. Good position to draw the foul. And Brett Foster will pick up his third. Cabrini keeping the pressure on. They get it to Ross. And Doyle fouls before the travel. The Cavalier bench really wanted a travel. And with 12:21 to go, Springfield will set up their offense. And Foster picks him clean. Foster on the drive, gets it to go! The bucket and the foul in transition. And the crowd loves it. Getting the lead to 11. Brett Foster, the super sub off the bench, has only played in 8 games this season. And does not shoot well from the line. But gets that one to make it a 10-point game. Here comes Springfield. Oh, got lost, and Doyle comes in with the hard foul. That'll put Cabrini over the limit, and Springfield will shoot 1 and 1. It's Doyle's second. And getting the front end of the 1 and 1 is Cam Earl, looking to make it a 12-point advantage. And in and out on the second. Here comes Bagwell leading the break. It's Foster again, and he ran over Witter, but it's a blocking foul that will send Cabrini to the line for a 1 and 1 after this media timeout under 12. And Cabrini getting the spark it needed to try to get back into this one. We'll have Foster back at the line. And what a game. Both teams came out firing in the first half. And then things settled down a little bit. And now both defenses and offenses are playing up-tempo basketball. Both teams over the limit, so we'll see free throws the rest of the way. And for the Cabrini Cavaliers, they're a team that's scoring well under their season average. They average about 89 points a game. As the host of this pod, they want their seniors not to end on a home court loss. And Springfield has been shooting the lights out, led by their leading scorer, Jake Ross. Jake Ross, just a sophomore, averages 24 a game, New Mac Player of the Year. And Cabrini, led by Tyheem Monroe, averages 22 points and 15 rebounds a game. And here's Foster. Again, just over 50% from the line. Off the mark on that one. and the lead remains at 11. Here comes Ross, bounce pass, Durkin, couldn't get the reverse, fighting for the loose ball, and coming up with it was DJ Smith. DJ Smith, a deep three, cans it! DJ Smith gets it to go to make it an 8-point game. Can Cabrini come all the way back? Witter picks up his dribble in the backcourt, and now Springfield will settle things down. Diamond dribble handoff to Ross, get it into Durkin. We're against Monroe, little fall away, gets the roll. A huge basket for the 6'8" Kevin Durkin to make it a 10-point game. Trey Smith thought about it, nice bounce pass, Tyheem Monroe high off the glass. And now Ross picked up his dribble, now Durkin in some trouble. Cabrini didn't trap there, and it's back to an 8-point game. A three for Earl, hits it! Back up to 11 for Springfield, 10:28 to play. Can Cabrini put one more run together? Springfield has answered each one so far. Nice bounce pass inside to Monroe, who gets it to go off the glass. Back to single digits. We're now halfway through the second half. Ross off the dribble handoff, thought about the deep three. Now we'll go to work against Smith. DJ Smith, brother of Trey Smith. Little jumper along two, got his own rebound was Ross. And then DJ Smith fouls, sending Ross to the line for 1 and 1. That's 4 on DJ Smith, so he'll take a seat. Jake Ross 1 and 1. Again, he's about 73% on the year. Hits the first, a big free throw to get this lead up to 10. Ross 2 for 2, making it 69-58. 9:35 to play. Monroe going to work, dribbles into a jumper. And Tyheem Monroe, again the first 2,000-point scorer in Cabrini history. It's a turnover, right Downing with the reverse, plus the foul. Off the turnover for Springfield. And Wright Downing will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Wright Downing hits bottom on the and one opportunity. And now Ross is getting doubled. Tossing it over the top. McNulty, what a catch. And somehow Springfield able to avoid the danger. And poked from behind, almost a turnover. Springfield just able to set things up. With 11, it's out to Earl, and he hits the corner tray. A huge shot to get Springfield back up by 9. Tyheem Monroe gonna pull up off the back iron. And Monroe took that shot a little bit early. So Springfield able to stay up by 9. Both teams with 8 team fouls. Springfield has 3 timeouts left. Cabrini just 2. Springfield has been so impressive, able to fend off all of these Cabrini runs. And this pressure, they've been unconscious from beyond the arc. As we get the 50-50 results, a lucky winner. Love to see that. But with 8:38 to go, actually both teams have 2 timeouts left. Springfield just took its second timeout. You get 4 for the game for each team. If you don't use one in the first half, you lose it. You only get 3 for the second half. So that's why oftentimes you'll see teams take a timeout with less than 2 minutes in the first half just because it will go away. But here comes Springfield, and we'll see how much pressure Cabrini puts on. DJ Smith back in the game with his 4 fouls, and it's tipped. Right Downing able to get a turnover, and Bagwell will lay it in. A big defensive play for Cabrini, getting it to 7. Cabrini so good at pressing, and McNulty just dribbling out of trouble. Cabrini was in zone a lot in the first half, now in man-to-man. McNulty and Eccles. Skip pass to post. McNulty with 5, needs to go. Looks like he's going to have to pull up, got it to post. And it's a foul, I believe it'll be a blocking foul. They're going to point to the semicircle. Bagwell was inside. Automatic blocking foul there. Got to agree with that call. And it's going to be a media under 8, media timeout. That's Bagwell's 3rd. And Cabrini's 9th team foul. 1 away from the double bonus. And we're in for some great basketball this final 7:50. Second round of the NCAA tournament. And you see those college pennants across the way, and recently announced Cabrini will be joining a new conference starting in fall of 2018. Some of those teams will remain in that new conference. Gwynedd Mercy, Immaculata, Marywood, Newman, as well as some other schools such as Wesley College and Marymount, making up the 7 teams that they need to have an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. So exciting times here for Cabrini. Springfield members of the NUMAC, which just recently formed a football conference. As that one's in and out for Heath Post. That football conference has teams like Coast Guard, Catholic, Springfield, MIT, WPI, Maine Maritime. And if I'm missing one, I apologize, as Bagwell will take it the other way. Couldn't finish, and that's going to be Bagwell's 4th after he reaches in. So with Cabrini's aggressive defense, they're prone to fouling. And now Springfield will shoot 2 the rest of the way for this final 7:40. Post splashes home the first. Heath Post, just a sophomore. Both of these teams boast a lot of productive youth. And Post gets the second to go, getting the lead back up to 10. And Cabrini is going to need to try to cut into this lead. Blassingale, nice drive. Too strong on the runner, but he will go to the line for two. And he's a very good free throw shooter. About 78% on the year. Blassingale gets the first, the Philly native. He's been an electric guard for the Cavaliers. And they get it into Ross, getting trapped. Able to get it away to McNulty. Post could have had a 2-on-1 with Durkin, but they just dribble it out with the lead. Wanting a McNulty walk was the Cabrini bench. Ross on the drive, kicks it out. Post thought about it. Got it to Durkin after hanging in the air. Corner three, Earl. In and out. And now here comes Monroe. Thought about pulling up into the body. A lot of contact. No call, but got the floater in the lane. And it's a walk by Springfield. And this crowd is going crazy. Cabrini students on spring break, but still a decent turnout, a lot of them on the near side. Monroe looking, got it to Blassingale, who put it on the deck, calling a travel. I'm not sure about that one. Blassingale called for the travel. So Springfield turns it over with a travel, and Cabrini matches it. Then Ross pushing off of Wright Downing. No call. And Springfield remains up by 6, 6:40 to go. McNulty into Durkin. Back to McNulty. He'll pull up. Off the dribble handoff, and Blassingale clears the missed three. Blassingale, his hesitation hits the three. Blassingale, oh my goodness, then gets a deflection. It'll remain with Springfield. And Springfield's lead is just 3, 6:18 to go. And this place is going nuts. Cabrini finally gets it to one possession. Ross with the left. In the lane, gets it off the glass. A huge response from the leading scorer for this Springfield club. Foster the other way. Into the body, off glass, and good! Answering right back is Brett Foster. He's a sophomore out of Ridley Park, Pennsylvania. Under 6 minutes to go. That's the fourth on McNulty. And you're going to see Trey Witter come in for McNulty. Both teams in the double bonus. We'll see 2 shots the rest of the way. Foster off the back iron. Couldn't complete the three-point play. So a missed opportunity. But Cabrini gets it back down to a one-possession ball game. Ross pulling up and cans it. Jake Ross gets Springfield College up to 80 points. Blassingale almost pulled up from the parking lot, then misses strong. And Monroe, another and one. Tyheem Monroe. Not going down without a fight. And Monroe looks to make it a one-possession ball game yet again. And I believe that's Heath Post set to check in. An errant buzzer, but Monroe gets it back down to 3. And Post will come back in. It's amazing how many and ones we've seen in this second half for the Cavaliers. And it's a turnover. Right Downing took a lot of contact, no call, and couldn't get it to go. A missed opportunity. I thought it was a good no call. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in this one. What a finish we have coming up. Ross on the drive. Too easy for Jake Ross, who has really come alive. The new MAC Player of the Year. The other way, it's Foster, and he trips. And got tripped, actually. So he will shoot 2. And that's Earl's 3rd. 4:49 to go. Foster can't get it to go off to the left. And he has had a tough night at the line, but he has been unbelievable providing a spark. Off this Cabrini bench and misses both there. And now trying to play good defense against Ross. Almost got another steal. 4 Cavaliers in the area. Unbelievable. It's a quadruple team on Ross. Post dunking down Broadway. And Springfield gets the lead to 7. .430 to play, and Springfield is back up by 7. Just like that. And Blassingale the other way gets it to go. So a quick answer for Cabrini. Earl looking for some help. Post got it back. Ross in a tough spot. Here comes the trap. Steps through. Earl gonna pull up top of the key and couldn't get that one. And then Monroe smartly didn't foul as it bounds toward the sideline. 3:56 to go. It's the final media timeout. Cabrini trailing by 5, trying to extend its season. Both teams with a Sweet 16 berth on the line. And gives us a chance to catch our breaths. Both teams 2 timeouts left. And Cabrini has been unbelievable in this second half, but Springfield has been able to hold them off. Cabrini got as close as 3. And we're in for an amazing conclusion. This final 3:56. What more could you ask for? Sweet 16 berth on the line. Cabrini trying to defend its home court. Foster working with Monroe. Smith off the screen. 18 on the shot clock. Working against Earl. Back to Smith. A deep 3. And off the back iron. Smith has been taking that shot. Had a ton of room, but couldn't get it to go. Nice feed to Witter, and Witter just dribbling out of trouble. They get it into the hands of Ross, their go-to guy. Blassingale providing the pressure. A double team comes. Stepping through again. Witter, corner three. And couldn't get the roll. Monroe with the board gets it up to Blassingale for three, and he gets it. Keith Blassingale, the transition tray. And it's a 2-point game under 3 minutes to play. Blassingale almost got the steal. Ross against some physical defense and just dribbles out of trouble. Ross against Foster. Ross getting fouled on the floor. The reach-in resulting in 2 shots because, again, both of these teams in the double bonus. Ross at the line. Off the back iron. And the Cabrini bench imploring the crowd to continue making noise. Ross has a chance to make it a 3-point game. Off the front rim. Down by 2, Cabrini with 2.5 minutes to play. Monroe into the post against Ross. Step back, little fadeaway off the front rim. Got a good look at it. But Monroe can't tie things up to complete this Cavs comeback. Ross facing a double team, got it to McNulty. Corner three, and he got fouled. McNulty gets fouled on the 3. And if that's on Bagwell, that's his 5th. That is Bagwell's 5th. Darryl Bagwell. A huge loss for Cabrini. And the senior walking off, hoping that's not his last moment as a Cabrini Cavalier. McNulty to the line for 3. And gets the first. Andy McNulty. 67% on the year. Gets the second. Can he get the third? He does. 3 of 3, some clutch free throws from Andy McNulty. And Cabrini will allow no time to come off. Walking the dog there. Right, Downing lost it in the lane. And smartly calling a timeout on the floor was Jake Ross. So Springfield has 1 left. Cabrini still has 2 left. Down by 5. We're now officially under 2 minutes to play. And so Cabrini climbed all the way back. And then the big foul on the corner 3 resulted in 3 made free throws for Andy McNulty. Bagwell has fouled out for Cabrini. But you can't say enough about the performance of not only Monroe, but Blassingale as well. And for Springfield side, Jake Ross has been unbelievable, along with McNulty and Earl. So many contributors for both teams. Ross has been so effective fighting through that double team. McNulty stepped on the sideline. He was getting a lot of contact. Probably should have been a hand check, but no call. Cabrini getting the favorable no call. .151 to play. Blasingale thought about it, puts it on the deck. Nice bounce pass right. Downing couldn't get it to go. Monroe fighting for the rebound. And it's a blocking foul on Monroe. So McNulty heading back to the line with 1:41 to go. McNulty back to the line, coming off of a trip where he went 3 of 3, but again, just 67% on the year. McNulty, so clutch. He's a senior from West Springfield, Massachusetts, so a local kid. And getting his last 5 free throws to go to start to ice this one away, but Cabrini can score points in bunches, taking their second to last timeout. 1:40 to go. Both teams have 1 timeout left. Before Cabrini, they've made so many runs, but just haven't been able to tie up the ball game. And they are running out of time. Springfield has been incredible in shutting off those runs. And they've been incredible from downtown as well. But definitely taking a look at Blasingale and Monroe down the stretch here. Monroe maybe not as much, considering you may need some 3-pointers to try to cut in this lead in a hurry. But Monroe has 4 fouls. So if Cabrini can get this to overtime, obviously they'd be very thrilled at that result. But you could potentially, you already have Bagwell fouling out with 5. And you have Monroe on the verge with 4 fouls. Although Cabrini is deeper than Springfield, or at least they go deeper into their bench. And turning it over is Foster. He airmailed one. And a costly turnover with 1:35 to play. Getting it into Ross against another double team. McNulty in the backcourt. Almost threw it too high for post, but they get it back to Ross. It'll be interesting to see if Cabrini fouls. Got it into Eccles, and Eccles short, but is fouled. Eccles will go to the line for 2 after missing the lay-in, but a foul call was made. Coach McDonald wants an explanation and gets one, but is not happy with it. 1:20 to go, Eccles. Too strong on the first. So Foster will come out of the game. DJ Smith back in. The 2 Smith brothers, Wright, Downing. And there's another miss from Eccles to go with Monroe and Blasingale for Cabrini. Earl, McNulty, Ross as Blasingale knocks down the deep tray. Blasingale pulling up. And he has what they call in the gym range. And you've seen Cabrini, whether it's Trey Smith, Blasingale, even Monroe at times, along with DJ Smith, Foster, all these guys have the green light. And Cabrini has been so impressive, so athletic, and able to knock down big shots along with their defensive intensity. But Springfield has done an unbelievable job fending off this gritty team. And it's been an absolute shootout. I've mentioned a few different times that Cabrini isn't close to their average, and now you see them at 85 points. McNulty, they did an out-of-bounds pass along the baseline, which is allowed, but it's a turnover. Trey Smith in transition. Tried to get it to Foster, and Ross last touches the basketball, which will keep it with Cabrini. 89-85, 101 to go. Can Cabrini get this one tied up? Monroe tried to throw the oop. Got it out to Blassingale on the drive with the left. Couldn't get it to go, and it's a foul. Let's see who they call that on. That's the fourth on Heath Post. McNulty 4 as well. Here's Blassingale. Blassingale hits on the first. 57.5 seconds. And Blassingale with a chance to make it a 2-point game. Blassingale too strong. It's a 3-point game. They don't need to foul. And it's a tie-up. Possession will stay with Springfield. But if Cabrini can get another tie-up, it will be Cavalier basketball. And it's a turnover. Monroe picks it off and gets pushed out of bounds, but they're going to say he just stepped on the line. Coach McDonald wanted a call there. The referee's letting them play. So it was a quick turnover. Possession arrow to Cabrini if they can tie up Springfield. 45 seconds to go. McNulty working against Wright Downing. McNulty gets bumped by Wright Downing, and he will go back to the line where he has been so effective down the stretch. 40.8 to go. McNulty at the line. Gets it to go. He's been so good from the charity stripe. 90-86. Trying to make it a 5-point lead. And McNulty rattles the second one in. So Cabrini looking to make its move. Got it to Monroe. He might just pull up. He does for two. Too strong. And Ross hits the deck after being bumped by Monroe. And Ross having a chance to help put this one away. So that will be Monroe's fifth. If this is the end for Monroe, what a tremendous career. Although with this Cabrini team, with the way they've battled, I wouldn't count them out of it, as Ross will go to the line for two. The Cavalier faithful making some noise. Ross too strong. on the first, and he'll try to make it a 6-point game here. He gets the second, so it's a 6-point Springfield lead. Here comes Smith. Got it to his brother, DJ. Too short, missing everything and picking up his dribble and getting fouled was Cam Earl. And that might just about do it for the Cabrini Cavaliers. Springfield looking to book its spot in the Sweet 16. And Cam Earl at the line for 2. The first is good for Earl, and 4 fouls on Foster. And Earl gets both. Clutch free throws for Springfield. And here comes Blassingale. On the drive, will just get the easy deuce. 16.6 to go, it's a 6-point game. Can they cause a turnover? Need to just get a quick foul. And they don't. And it's a walk. They call a walk on Cam Earl. Letting the contact go. But they've been consistent with that down the stretch. Smith for 3. Almost got it. And Post with the defensive rebound. Getting grabbed by Foster, and that's his 5th. .6 to go. And what a valiant effort from Cabrini. What an impressive performance by Springfield on the road. It's a long trip here from Massachusetts. Post gets the first. And now it's a 3-possession game with under 8 seconds to play. And the Springfield Pride should be moving on as Doyle will just put one up and not get it. Post clearing, and Springfield will be going to the Sweet 16. For Cabrini, what an impressive season. 25-4 is their final record. Springfield getting their 20th win. And we will see what the Sweet 16 matchups are. What a ball game if you were here for it. And this is Matt Rhea signing off.